I have just remembered. There. Okay, yes, we were talking about these horrible experiences, and we were also talking about reading the future. Yes, so please, which I love. I didn't open the book. On Tuesdays and Thursdays, it is crazy because I have one class after the other, like sandwiches, you know?
Oh.
Yes, yes, one after the other, like a brochette, you know. So many times I don't have to open. Many times I don't have the time to open the books to look for the audios, and this is one of them. So please, let's go to the book. I think it was page 9. Yes, I'm so good.
Do you believe
For
in it?
once, we believe in it. We
Ah,
believe in it.
we.
Yes, we. We.
Um,
I don't know if you believe in it, but we believe in it because we experienced
Page number
the
9
page number 9 in the
in the
PDF,
PDF.
number 8 in the book. Yes. But we were talking about the coffee cup reading, that is future reading, okay? And have you ever had your future read, Karen?
If
Maybe
uh,
the coffee cup or the
um
tarot or something like that.
yes, I remember that I went with a friends in I can't remember the name of the tea in the
Ah,
la borra de café. I don't know how to say
okay,
that.
that is coffee cup reading.
Coffee free, but
That's
it
it.
yes, yes, but it was a lot of time ago.
Uh-huh. Do you remember if it was accurate?
What does accurate mean?
Accurate means that it was certain that it happened.
Uh,
Everything that you were told happened. No.
I don't remember
Mm,
the what she told me about the future, but she explained me about some situation about my life in that moment, and she
uh-huh.
was how can I say le pegó, and
She
she
was
was
exact.
she was
She
exact
was accurate. She
accurate.
was accurate. Look at that. Look at that. Okay, when we finish with because now we are going to do a listening task. When we finish it, remind me, I'm going to tell you something that happened to me with a gypsy. You know what a gypsy is?
No.
No.
Gitana.
Ah,
Wow.
sí, sí.
Café. I remember the name. Café de las Mancias. O Alvear Street.
There. Yes, I know the owner. Yes.
Yes.
Uh, this gypsy read my poem, you
Mhm.
know, and well, remind me to tell you the outcome of that. Very
Okay.
interesting, very interesting. Okay, Karen, can you please read the introduction of the coffee cup reading, please?
Okay. Give me just 1 second.
Yes, of course.
Where starting noises in the night?
No, the coffee cup reading.
I'm sorry. The coffee cup reading. Went to Turkey a few years ago with a college called Chris. We had been sent there. I'm sorry. We had sent there by the British Council to train secondary school teachers in a school on the outskirts of Istanbul. Um, while I was there, I decided to go and see an old friend of mine, a young Turkish woman called Fatos, who I hadn't seen for several years. I called her and we agreed to meet in a hotel in the center of Istanbul. Chris came too, and the three of us had a very pleasant dinner together. After dinner, we ordered Turkish coffee and we chatted for a while. until Fatos suddenly asked me, would you like me to read your coffee cup? I refused polite because, to be honest, I don't really believe in clairvoyance.
Clairvoyance. You say
Clairvoyance.
clairvoyance.
Okay, and for fortune telling.
Fortune telling.
Fortune
Fortune
telling.
telling.
But Chris immediately said he will be happy for her to read his coffee cup. London.
Okay, great. So now we are going to listen to the rest of the story. And in the
Okay.
following page, we have a set of questions I want you to answer. Let's read the questions so that you are ready to hear for the answer to these questions. What were the first two things Fatos saw in Chris's coffee cup? Were they accurate? There is accurate. What was the third thing he saw? How did Chris and Adam react to this? Who did Chris's mother live with? Where did Chris go the next morning? Who called Adam and why? What was the bad news? How did Fatos react to what had happened? And finally, how does Adam feel about the experience? Okay?
Okay.
So let's listen to it. Give me a minute, it's number 10. Oh, it's asking me a password. I don't have a password. I never needed a password. I hate it when this happens. Give me a sec. Give
Don't
me a
worry, miss. Don't worry.
Okay. I'm going to look for it very quickly here in YouTube.
Okay.
They are so long. What is your intuition? What do you think it happened? What do you think was the future for this guy?
For Chris?
Uh-huh.
I don't know. Something related with the mother.
Of course. Yes, for
And with
sure.
something bad happened, maybe.
Like what?
I don't know.
What do you think, Paula?
Maybe bad news with close family.
A close relative, you mean?
Yes, como familia cercana.
A close relative. You say pariente cercano. Because family is always close, okay? So you say close relative, pariente cercano.
Okay.
Yes. Something like what? An accident, a death. Someone won the lottery. I don't know what. What do you think happened?
Something related with mother's Chris.
With Chris's mother.
Chris's mother, I'm sorry. I don't know.
Okay, let's listen.
Okay.
I think I'm ready. So let's listen to see what happened.
Okay.
1.10. 1. Describing people. Sociable.
No, it isn't that. Wait a minute. But it is 1.10, right?
Yes. Number, yes,
1.10. Wait a minute. I hate it when these things happen.
Is exercise D?
It's exercise B.
D. In the audio, maybe number 10.
Wait. This is not it. It was, of course, it was my mistake. Sorry. Because I was playing the audio for the intermediate book, and we are not the intermediate book, we are the upper intermediate book. That was my mistake. Sorry. Give me a sec.
Okay.
And it's not on YouTube. It shows me something that you are going to work with, but alone. Okay, this is 12, this is 10. Listen.
1.10.
Fartosh began to look very carefully at the coffee grounds in Chris's cup and to tell him what she could see. I remember that the first thing she said was that she could see sacks of money. And this was very accurate because Chris had worked in Saudi Arabia for several years and had earned a lot of money there. She also said that she could see a blonde lady. Well, Carla, Chris's girlfriend at the time, was blonde, so that was spot on too. But then Fartosh suddenly looked very serious and she said, I can see somebody in your family who is ill, very ill at this moment. I remember thinking, oh no, don't ruin a nice evening. But Chris is quite a laid-back sort of person, and he didn't seem to be too worried by what she'd said. He just said, well, as far as I know, the people in my family are okay. Chris is an only child, and his mother lived with her sister in London. They were both in their 70s. Fartosh said one or two more things, and then we asked the waiter for the bill and said our goodbyes. It was a slightly weird end to what had been a very enjoyable evening. I can remember feeling quite relieved that I had said no when Fartosh asked me if she could read my coffee cup. Chris and I got a taxi back to our hotel. The next day, Chris had a free morning because it was my turn to do the teacher training session in the hotel. So he went off early to go sightseeing in Istanbul. Around 9 o'clock, I got a call on my mobile. It was Chris's girlfriend, Carla, calling from the UK. She told me that she needed to talk to Chris urgently, but that he wasn't answering his mobile. I could tell by her voice that she had some very bad news for him, and I immediately thought of what Fartosh had said the night before, and I felt a shiver run down my spine. I asked Carla what had happened, and she told me that Chris's aunt had died suddenly in the night. So, was it just a spooky coincidence, or did Fartosh really see what she said she saw in the coffee cup? I spoke to her before I left Istanbul, and I told her that Chris's aunt had died the night that we had dinner. She wasn't at all surprised, and she just said, yes, I saw in the cup that someone in his family was near to death, but I didn't want to frighten him, so I just said that the person was very ill. All I can say is that I always used to be very skeptical about fortune telling, but now, well, I'm not so sure.
But now, well, I'm not so sure. Okay, so what information do you have?
Wow.
Don't
No quiero.
worry, we are going to listen to it many times, so don't worry. But let's see if we have something so far. The very first thing I have is that it's not Fatos, it's Fatosh. Fatosh, yes, Fatosh, horrible, Fatosh, and it's a girl, you know, Fatosh. Okay, what did you understand? Is there any question that you can answer?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't want to go to the coffee cup reading anymore.
Fatosh.
Yes.
Fatosh can be very
Fatosh.
dangerous.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, but why do you say that? Is it because maybe she was accurate about what she said?
Maybe.
Maybe,
Yes.
or Fatos make this with the destiny.
Destiny. She could read the destiny, the future. Okay, listen again and let's see if you can answer one of these questions. Okay?
1.10.
Fartosh began to look very carefully at the coffee grounds in Chris's cup and to tell him what she could see. I remember that the first thing she said was that she could see sacks of money. And this was very accurate because Chris had worked in Saudi Arabia for several years and had earned a lot of money there. She also said that she could see a blonde lady. Well, Carla, Chris's girlfriend at the time, was blonde, so that was spot on too. But then Fartosh suddenly looked very serious and she said, I can see somebody in your family who is ill, very ill at this moment. I remember thinking, oh no, don't ruin a nice evening. But Chris is quite a laid-back sort of person, and he didn't seem to be too worried by what she'd said. He just said, well, as far as I know, the people in my family are okay. Chris is an only child, and his mother lived with her sister in London. They were both in their 70s. Fartosh said one or two more things, and then we asked the waiter for the bill and said our goodbyes. It was a slightly weird end to what had been a very enjoyable evening. I can remember feeling quite relieved that I had said no when Fartosh asked me if she could read my coffee cup. Chris and I got a taxi back to our hotel. The next day, Chris had a free morning because it was my turn to do the teacher training session in the hotel. So he went off early to go sightseeing in Istanbul. Around 9 o'clock, I got a call on my mobile. It was Chris's girlfriend, Carla, calling from the UK. She told me that she needed to talk to Chris urgently, but that he wasn't answering his mobile. I could tell by her voice that she had some very bad news for him, and I immediately thought of what Fartosh had said the night before, and I felt a shiver run down my spine. I asked Carla what had happened, and she told me that Chris's aunt had died suddenly in the night. So, was it just a spooky coincidence, or did Fartosh really see what she said she saw in the coffee cup? I spoke to her before I left Istanbul, and I told her that Chris's aunt had died the night that we had dinner. She wasn't at all surprised, and she just said, yes, I saw in the cup that someone in his family was near to death, but I didn't want to frighten him, so I just said that the person was very ill. All I can say is that I always used to be very skeptical about fortune telling, but now, well, I'm not so sure.
Okay.
Okay.
So,
Uh-huh.
what were the first two things Fatos saw in Chris's coffee cup?
The first of all, she saw Chris something related with success money, and then a blonde lady that she was her girlfriend Carla from UK.
What did you want to? What do you want to say, Paula?
Yes. The same, that he will be
Successful.
with the money, and he would have a blonde lady.
Okay. Actually, he mentions, yes.
But these two things that Fato saw,
Fatosh.
Fatosh saw, it was easy to see because it was the present.
It was the present. Yes. He says that she saw sacks of money. He says sacks of money, bags full of money, And yes, he earned a lot of money. And the blonde girl was his boyfriend. Okay, so he was accurate. It says, were they accurate? Yes, they were accurate because it was like that. What was the third thing he saw? She saw.
She saw a person very ill in his family at this moment.
Yes, yes, you're right. Do you agree with that, Karen?
Yes, she saw that Chris mothers very ill in that moment, and in the finally of the audio, I
At
don't
the
know,
end.
at the end, I'm sorry, at the end, Alan or Chris, I don't know
Uh-huh.
who say that, but something related that Fatosh didn't want to tell the truth. I mean that something terrible was happening with them. Mother Chris or Chris mother? I don't know what.
Well,
Why?
actually, it wasn't Chris's mother.
I
Who
know.
was the person who died? No,
Oh, okay.
Aunt.
Aunt?
an aunt. Yes, an
Ah,
aunt. Chris's aunt was the
okay.
one who died. Yes, yes. And you are right. Fatosh didn't want to say that she was going to die. That is why she
At
said
that
that she was
moment,
very
wow.
ill at that moment. Yes, absolutely, absolutely. How did Chris and Adam react to this bad news about the person who was very ill?
They see that that it's incorrect because all the people of their family are okay.
Uh-huh. Yes, you're right. Yes. On one hand, Chris wasn't worried because he thought that everybody was okay. But on the other hand, what was Adam's reaction? Listen.
Adam,
Yes.
he was confused
Mm-hmm.
about what Fato says, because he didn't believe that Fato was accurate with that,
Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Okay.
porque because in this case maybe Fato could say what was really happened, and she didn't.
What
I
was
don't know.
really happening?
I don't know
Okay, maybe.
if
Okay,
si le
there
pegué.
is something else. No, it's okay.
Oh,
You are okay, but there is something else. Listen.
Also said
okay.
that she could see a blonde lady. Well, she suddenly looked very serious, and she said, I can see somebody in your family who is ill, very ill at this moment. I remember thinking, oh no, don't ruin a nice evening. But
How did he feel? What did he think? Listen again.
I remember thinking, oh no, don't ruin a nice evening.
Don't ruin a nice evening. So he was worried, you know? He was
Yes.
worried about ruining the evening, okay?
Yes.
Great.
I don't
Then
understand the last part.
do you want to listen again? Give me a minute.
Yes, please.
Yes, here.
Thinking, oh no, don't ruin a nice evening.
Don't ruin a nice.
Ruin. Don't ruin. Ruin is arruinar. Okay?
Okay.
That's it. Don't ruin a nice evening, he says. Listen again.
Okay.
I remember thinking, oh no, don't ruin a nice evening.
You see?
Yeah.
Don't ruin a nice evening, okay? And he makes it long. Don't ruin a nice evening. I don't know why he says it like that. Okay, yes. Um, who did Chris's mother live with?
With his aunt.
With his aunt. Yes, very good. Uh, well, actually, not with his aunt or with her sister. I don't remember. Wait.
Oh, a ver.
Chris is quite a laid-back sort of person,
Ah, no,
and
sí,
he
sí.
didn't seem to be too worried by what she'd said. He just said, well, as far as I know, the people in my family are okay. Chris is an only child, and his mother lived with her sister in London.
Yes, his aunt, the mother's sister. Yes, very good. Yes, you were right. You were right. Yes. Then, where did Chris go the next morning?
Mm.
Hmm,
Hi. Where?
Hi. Let's see. Let's see.
They were both in their 70s. Fartosh said one or two more things, and then we asked the waiter for the bill and said our goodbyes. It was a slightly weird end to what had been a very enjoyable evening. I can remember feeling quite relieved that I had said no when Fartosh asked me if she could read my coffee cup. Chris and I got a taxi back to our hotel. The next day, Chris had a free morning because it was my turn to do the teacher training session in the hotel. So he went off early to go sightseeing in Istanbul.
Okay. Where did Chris go the next morning? That night they went to the hotel, but the next morning, where did Chris go?
To Istanbul.
To Istanbul. Yes, he went to Istanbul. Yes.
Yes, he went to Istanbul.
Istanbul.
Next morning.
Yes, great. Who called Adam?
Carla.
Carla. And why?
Because she can get with her boyfriend.
Yes,
Chris.
she couldn't contact.
He couldn't
She
contact.
couldn't contact Chris, her boyfriend. Yes. And what was the bad news?
That his aunt was died.
Was dead.
Was dead.
Yes. She was dead. She passed away. She
She
died.
passed away.
Okay. Yes. Remember that the nice, let's say, way of saying that is pass away.
Pass away.
Okay. Yes. Very good. And how did Fatosh react to what had happened?
How she reacts?
How did she react?
She maybe, I'm not sure, she didn't react impressive about that. Surprised about that, because she already knew that and she didn't want to say the truth.
The truth. The truth.
The truth.
Yes, Paula?
She knew the truth. I don't know, the last day, or I don't remember if.
What do you mean the last day? She knew the truth because it was in the coffee ground.
Okay.
Yes, that's why she knew the truth. Yes, and she was told the last day. That is what you wanted to say?
I don't know if Fatos read the coffee cup and then she left because I remember that Fatos ordered to the waiter the bill because she wanted to leave the coffee.
To leave
To leave the coffee because of this bad news and because
Yeah.
she was lying too.
Okay. I don't
And
remember. I don't remember that part of the story, really. I
maybe
don't remember it. I
maybe I
remember
will.
that she wasn't, as Karen said, she wasn't surprised, but I don't remember. Let's listen to it, okay?
Around 9 o'clock, I got a call on my mobile. It was Chris's girlfriend, Carla, calling from the UK. She told me that she needed to talk to Chris urgently, but that he wasn't answering his mobile. I could tell by her voice that she had some very bad news for him, and I immediately thought of what Fatosh had said the night before, and I felt a shiver run down my spine. I asked Carla what had happened, and she told me that Chris's aunt had died suddenly in the night. So, was it just a spooky coincidence, or did Fatosh really see what she said she saw in the coffee cup?
The question is if it was a coincidence or if she really saw what she said she saw. That was the question. Okay, let's go to the last question. How does Adam feel about the experience? Adam is the one who is speaking, okay?
He was scary.
It was scary.
Scary, I'm sorry.
Sorry, Pau?
Span?
Span?
I listen Span and I thought that it's meaning espantado, asustado.
Okay, let's see.
In the night. So, was it just a spooky coincidence, or did Fatosh really see what she said she saw in the coffee cup? I spoke to her before I left Istanbul, and I told her that Chris's aunt had died the night that we had dinner. She wasn't at all surprised, and she just said, yes, I saw in the cup that someone in his family was near to death, but I didn't want to frighten him, so I just said that the person was very ill. All I can say is that I always used to be very skeptical about fortune telling, but now, well, I'm not so sure.
Okay, so he used to be skeptical, he says, and he says, Paula, yes, he says something about being scared. Scared. That's the word he uses, as Karen said. And he was skeptical. What's the meaning? How does it sound?
Skeptical?
Skeptical is
Skeptical? That
yes,
he didn't
that's
believe.
it. Yes, that's it. He didn't believe. He was skeptical, but now, who knows, he says. Now he is not very sure of being skeptical. Okay, we are going to do, Daniel is coming.
Danny, too late.
Yes. I think he just wanted to say hello. Okay. Hello, Daniel.
Hi, Danny.
Hi, Danny.
Hi. He can't speak. He's muted. Okay, let's do the following exercise. Exercise E. Okay, this time we have to be more accurate. Hello, Danny.
Hi, everyone. Sorry, I'm late.
Yes, you are a little late, a bit late. Okay, we are working with recordings, Daniel. We are on page 10, okay? Exercise E. Okay, we're going to listen again to some extracts, some parts of the recording. And this time I want you to complete the sentences we have there in exercise E. Okay, girls?
Okay.
Okay, here it is. Again, wait. This one is the good one.
1.11. 1.
Well, Carla, Chris's girlfriend at the time, was blonde, so that was spot on too.
2.
But Chris is quite a laid-back sort of person, and he didn't seem to be too worried by what she'd said.
3,
It was a slightly weird end to what had been a very enjoyable evening.
4,
So, was it just a spooky coincidence?
5,
I always used to be very skeptical about fortune telling.
Okay, do you need to listen again? Listen again.
1.11. 1,
Well, Carla, Chris's girlfriend at the time, was blonde, so that was spot on too.
I'm giving you time to write.
2,
But Chris is quite a laid-back sort of person, and he didn't seem to be too worried by what she'd said.
3,
It was a slightly weird end to what had been a very enjoyable evening.
4,
So, was it just a spooky coincidence?
5,
I always used to be very skeptical about fortune telling.
Okay, we are going to listen again, and I'm going to share my book this time so that you can see, because maybe most of the words that you heard, maybe you don't know them. Okay, so give me a second.
What does spot on mean? Spot
Spot on.
Spot.
Spot on. Yes, spot on is like when you say to be right, okay, to be exact,
Ah, okay.
okay, and that is the first one. Spot on. Spot
Yes.
on.
Spot on.
That is the first one. That was spot on. That was exact. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And what do you have the second one?
I think, but I'm not sure because I don't know the word. It's something like
Okay.
laid back. Laid back.
Yes, that's it. Laid back. Yes, laid back. Laid back,
Back.
which is easygoing.
Ah,
Okay, a person who is easy to be friend with. Okay, laid back. A laid back sort of person, a friendly sort of person. Okay,
okay.
a friendly sort of person. What do you have for number 3?
No.
No.
Didn't
You
Weird.
have
Weird, maybe.
weird. Yes,
Weird.
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 Weird was the correct one there. Okay. Weird was the correct one. And number 4.
How you know?
Smoky coincidence.
Yes, coincidence. He says
Spooky.
spooky,
Spooky.
spooky, spooky coincidence. Coincidence. You know that coincidence is coincidencia. Spooky is like scary, strange, you know, that is spooky. Scary coincidence. And the last one,
Skip.
skeptical. Yes, very good. Skeptical.
Okay.
Skeptical. Okay. Escéptico. Okay. Yes, skeptical. Okay, so we have, well, Carla, Chris's girlfriend at the time, was blonde, so that was spot on too, accurate, right, okay? But Chris is quite laid back sort of person, so he is a friendly sort of person. It was slightly weird, it was slightly strange, okay?
Okay.
And to what had happened, blah, blah, blah. So it was just a spooky coincidence, a scary coincidence. And finally, to be very skeptical. Now that we have finished this exercise, Daniel, there are a lot of people with you there.
Yes.
Okay,
Uh,
it is your time to tell us what you are doing there with so many people.
yes, it's a day very busy.
Oh,
We have a lot of good work.
oh, a lot of work to do. Yes, they move, they come and go. It
Yes.
seems that, yes, you look very busy. It looks like a very busy office, yes. Or maybe you pay them to make us believe that you are working and you are not working. I don't know. I don't know. Who knows? Okay, so yes, here we have the new vocabulary we were about to use. Okay, now, which of these stories, well, in the case of Karen and Daniel, they don't know the stories, but okay, you, Paula, you can compare the three stories. Yes, the story about the house and the noises, the story about the dome in the mountain, and this story about the fortune teller. Which of the three stories did you find the spookiest? That is the most frightening.
I think that the last one story, because it's something real about ¿cómo era pariente?
Relative.
Relative
Uh-huh.
person, and the death of a relative person, and the read of the future
Uh-huh.
about
Future.
this bad news, because
Yes.
the others stories are maybe I don't know, UFO or spirit, but it's all the people are alive, but in the end,
Yes. Yes, at the end, everybody is alive. You are right. Karen, do you think this story is spooky? Did you find the story spooky?
Yes, because I didn't expect that Chris aunt, how can I say, ending up died, terminara muerta, or pass away.
Dead, dead.
Dead,
You can say
dead.
dead. It's okay. Yes, she ended up being dead. Yeah, she ended up dead. Yes,
Imagine
that's
it.
terrible. Yes, that's terrible. Terrible. I was about to ask Daniel a question, but he looks so busy talking on his walkie-talkie and everything. I think he's acting out for us.
Yes, it's acting because he has afraid if
He's a
you
threat.
question anything.
Yes, if I ask him anything, yes. Okay, Daniel, I'm sorry. I have a question for you. Do you believe in fortune tellers?
Yes.
Yes,
No.
yes and no.
Yes. I like hear them
To
because
hear them.
yeah, because I feel curiosity of my future, but I know I have to control my future.
Nice.
Yes.
I like very much what you said. Yes, yes. Okay, we try to have some control over our future. Sometimes it doesn't depend on us. But yes, I agree with you. I agree with you. I like it. Okay. Anything else to say about the future?
No.
Great. So let's do our roundup because we are about to finish the class. Okay. Wait a minute. I'm sharing the board. Okay. Here it is. I have some expressions here. For example, nightmare. That was new vocabulary. Yes. Nightmare. Do you remember what nightmare means?
Pesadilla.
Pesadilla, yes. What about shadow? Ay,
Sombras oscuras.
sombra, very good. We could speak about the shadow. We could speak about a shape, okay? Then we have choke. Do you remember the meaning of choke?
Yes. When you toses, cuando toses. Or no?
More than that, yes.
More
When you cough and
A lot.
you can't breathe, okay? You can't breathe. It can be of natural causes, or maybe someone is trying to kill you, okay? Coughing and
It's like ahogarse. Or...
yes, that's it. And when you can't breathe, you can't breathe. Neck. Sorry, I shouted. Neck.
Of the body.
Cuello.
Yes, this is the neck. Yes, very good. Gypsy. I told you about a story I have with a gypsy. Remember what gypsy is?
When adivina.
Gitana.
Gitana.
Gitana. It's more gitana. Yes, it's not only a fortune teller. Adivina or adivino is fortune teller. Fortune teller. There. Fortune teller. Okay. Okay. Poem. The gypsy read my poem. This is the poem. Okay. And reading the poem has a special name. Is palmistry. Okay.
Okay.
Yes, incredible, as if it were a science. Okay, a scare fortune teller. Successful. Wait a minute. Successful. What's the meaning of successful?
To be successful.
To be successful is to have, to have success. Okay? Yes, to have success. Successful. Coffee grounds. If I say I want to have my coffee ground red, coffee grounds is borra de café. Okay? Borra de café. A close relative. What is relative, Paula?
Pariente, cercano.
Yes, pariente cercano, close relative. And the fortune teller, what was her? Patosh. Satosh, no, well, I don't remember. She spoke about sacks of money. Okay, that is bags of money. Okay, a lot of money, sacks of money, bags of money. Okay. She also spoke about a shiver down my spine. It wasn't Fatos. It wasn't Fatosh. It was Chris, I think, or Adam. He said, I felt a shiver down my spine. Okay, a shiver, you know, something like this. Okay, down my spine here in the back. Spine is espina, is columna. Okay.
Columna vertebral.
Yes, that is spine, un frío, un temblor a lo largo de la columna. When you are very, very scared, you feel a shiver down your spine, okay?
Escalofrío.
I love escalofrío, something like that, yes. Someone said, this is out of vocabulary, in the finally. You don't say in the finally. How do you say?
In the end.
At the end.
At the
or
end.
in the end. At the end or in the end. Yes. Someone said the last one story.
The last one.
The last one story. And it should be the last story. Without one, okay? The last story, okay? Someone said, I feel curiosity. I feel curiosity of my future. Instead of about. I feel, and you don't feel curiosity, you feel curious, okay? You need an adjective. Curious about my future, okay?
Okay.
Then someone said, I already ate. There was one that I forgot here, accurate. That was right, okay?
I have already ate.
I have already ate. It is better. Yes, you said, I don't know if it was you or
yes,
who.
it was me.
I already ate. I already ate. But yes, it is more correct if you say, I have already ate.
Okay.
Because every time you use already, it is better to use the present perfect. Okay? And it's not it, it's eaten. Sorry.
Yes.
Because you need the past participle there. I have already eaten. Okay? And that's it. Ruin. What is the meaning of ruin?
When you broke something, when you
spoil. Spoiler alert, okay? When you spoil something, to ruin is to spoil. Bram, 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 pass away, we already know it. Okay, yes, that's it. That's it, okay? Great, so far for tonight. Do you have any questions?
No, so far so good.
So far so good. Thank you very much. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed the class. I love speaking about the future tellers and ghosts and everything. Remind me to tell you my experience with the gypsy, because it was really very surprising, okay?
Okay.
Okay, thank you very much for attending my class. Thank you very much for coming, Daniel. No matter if it was so late, at least you could attend a little of the class, okay? Anyways, now I'm going to prepare everything to upload the video to YouTube.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Bye,
See you on the next
everybody,
Tuesday.
and have an excellent weekend.
You
Thank
too.
you. You're welcome.
Have a nice
Thank
weekend.
you. Thank you. Thank you. Goodbye.
Bye.